Paul's conversion, from persecutor to preacher of grace. The persecutor of the church, Saul of Tarsus, was a devout Pharisee, zealous for the Jewish law and deeply opposed to the growing movement of Jesus' followers. He saw them as a threat to the traditions of Israel and the authority of the Mosaic law. Saul was present at the stoning of Stephen, the first Christian martyr, and approved of his execution, Acts chapter 7 verse 58-8-1. His hatred for Christians burned within him. He sought permission from the high priest to travel to Damascus and arrest any followers of the way, bringing them back to Jerusalem for punishment, Acts chapter 9 verse 1-2. The road to Damascus. As Saul and his companions neared Damascus, something extraordinary happened. Suddenly, a brilliant light from heaven flashed around him, and he fell to the ground. A voice spoke. Saul, trembling and confused, responded, "Who are you, Lord?" When Saul rose to his feet, he realized he was blind. His companions led him into Damascus, where he remained blind for 3 days, neither eating nor drinking, Acts chapter 9 verse 8-9. Ananias' divine mission. Meanwhile, the Lord spoke to a disciple in Damascus named Ananias. God commanded him to go to Saul and restore his sight. Ananias was hesitant, for he had heard of Saul's violent reputation against believers. But the Lord reassured him. Obediently, Ananias found Saul, laid his hands on him, and said, immediately, something like scales fell from Saul's eyes, and he could see again. He was baptized at once and regained his strength, Acts chapter 9 verse 18-19. The preacher of grace, Saul, now transformed, became Paul, the fearless preacher of the gospel of grace. Instead of persecuting Christians, he began proclaiming Jesus as the Son of God in the synagogues of Damascus. The people were astonished and said, but Paul's preaching grew more powerful, and he confounded the Jews by proving that Jesus was the Messiah, Acts chapter 9 verse 22. The persecutor had become the persecuted. The Jews in Damascus plotted to kill him, but fellow believers helped Paul escape by lowering him in a basket through an opening in the city wall, Acts chapter 9 verse 23-25. Paul's mission to the world. Paul's transformation was only the beginning. He later met with the apostles in Jerusalem, though they were initially afraid of him. But Barnabas vouched for his genuine conversion, Acts chapter 9 verse 26-27. Paul went on to become the greatest missionary in Christian history, writing much of the New Testament and spreading the message of salvation through faith in Jesus Christ. One of his most profound teachings on grace is found in his letter to the Ephesians. Conclusion: a life transformed by grace. Paul's conversion is one of the greatest testimonies of God's power to change a heart. He went from being the fiercest opponent of Christianity to its most passionate defender. His life reminds us that no one is beyond God's reach. If God could transform Saul, he can transform anyone.